Hello. This is for the post about the lesson plan template. First, I want to go over some things that are different from what I have seen. So, the first thing that comes out to mind is the assessment. The thing that sticks out to the assessment about me is just kind of how it's phrased and how um, you'll assess mastery. That isn't verbiage that I've really seen before. I have seen, how you make progress towards an objective, but I haven't really seen the verbiage of assess mastery. Um, the other thing that stood out to me when looking at it is the diverse learners. It's really in depth, and I think it's actually really good how it goes into strategies and um, getting into specifics of disabilities and um, what strategies and sources you're going to use and for what types of ability students might have and what sources and teaching styles you're going to use. So, and then also ask for you to cite evidence and what research-based stuff you have for your lesson plan to aid these students in their instruction. The other thing I also saw that I thought was a little bit different was the differentiated instruction. I never seen differentiated instruction with different categories and kind of going into the depth of how you tailor to each student and the variance in your teachings, and then talking about how your students will process your activities and homework and why the variance is important, and kind of the other modalities that you will use for the differentiated instruction. Those are some of the ones that pop out as far as like the differences that I've seen. The next question is, what three elements do you think you'll find challenging? I think just finding the social and emotional skills component to tie into your lesson. I think that can be challenging because you can just get caught up into the content that you're using, and it can be difficult to tie into your lesson plan. So you got to be conscientious of putting in stuff into your lesson plan to make sure you get those social and emotional skills in there. Also, I think the professional teaching standards is going to be difficult just because I am not really familiar with professional teaching standards, and making sure that I find the right ones and making sure that I put them into the lesson template is going to be a challenge for me, and it's going to be very important for me. And then also the references, because I can find it difficult to make sure that you cite it correctly and that you make sure you have good references to put into your lesson plan to make sure that it's backed up by strong sources and whatnot. I think with these three things, just trying to find a lesson plan that ties all these together is also going to be a challenge in itself, but I think it'll also make it a very strong lesson plan that you can use for your students.